IR and RE verbs. By the end of this presentation, you guys need to be able to know how to correctly conjugate and use these IR and RE verbs. I know our sheet said that we would also do commands, but I'm going to save that topic for later. We're only going to do the IR and RE verbs in this presentation. So, if you think back to when we did ER verbs, what were the endings for those guys? Anybody remember? Mathieu? E, ES, E, O and S, EZ, ENT. Hope you guys remember that chant. I know Genevieve remembered it. What are the steps for conjugating regular ER verbs? Michelle, can you think of any of them? First step, remember you always have to write the subject. Then you're going to drop that ER, and lastly you're going to add those endings that we just chanted. Okay, Ophélie, what do I mean when I call a verb a boot verb? Boot verb. Alright, boot verb is called that because everything inside of the boot, sounds the same. Okay? Les verbes en IR. Okay, les terminaisons sont IS, IS, IT, ISSONS, ISSEZ, UZ, ISSENT. Alright, we have a pirate chant for this one. Okay? Our ER verbs, we have sort of a cheer, and our IR verbs, we have a pirate chant. IS, IS, IT, ISSONS, ISSEZ, ISSENT. One more time. IS, IS, IT, ISSONS, ISSEZ, ISSENT. Okay? And I gave you the subject pronouns in parentheses in case you forgot the order in which it goes. Okay? What are the rules? How do we know how to conjugate these IR verbs? And remember, we're only dealing with regular. Okay? So I know our very first verb we learned was avoir. However, it is irregular, so we cannot use these rules with irregular verbs such as avoir. So, what do? Well, you're first going to write that subject, okay? The je, the tu, the il, the l. And then you're going to drop the IR, and you're going to add the new correct ending, okay? What were the endings again? IS, IS, IT, ISSONS, ISSEZ, ISSENT. Okay? Examples of IR verbs that you need to know. You have to know these guys, okay? You have to know them because we're going to use them in class, or we'll use them in different kind of activities, and you need to know what they mean, okay? So we have finir, to finish, grossir, to gain weight, maigrir, to lose weight, bâtir, to build, and here's a typo, this should be choisir, ending in a IR, of course, it's an IR verb, réussir, to succeed, and finally grandir, to grow or to get bigger. So, what are the three meanings of je finis? Je finis. Leah, give me the first one. I finish. Alright. Anaïs, can you think of another? I do finish. Hugo, what about the last one? I am finishing. Now, just as I said with the ER verbs, remember, there is no separate word for do. There is no separate word for am. It was just je finis. So all three of these meanings in French are je finis. Okay? Les verbes en RE, les terminaisons SS, nothing. Nothing. In French, nothing is rien. Rien. Okay? When you turn your notes in, I'm going to ask you how to say nothing. It means rien. Alright? So SS, nothing, or rien. ONS, EZENT. How do you conjugate these guys? Remember, we're only dealing with regular. Okay? So you're going to write the subject again. Je, tu, il, elle could be someone's name. Monique. Right? Drop your RE, and you're going to add that new correct ending. What are those endings again? SS, nothing, rien, ONS, EZENT. One more time. SS, nothing, ONS, EZENT. French is a lot of memorization. Okay, I try to make things in steps, sort of like mathematical formulas, if you will, to help you remember them easier. Alright, so some examples. You need to know what these verbs mean. I'm not giving you a vocab man for the week, but you need to know what these verbs mean. Okay? Vendre, to sell. attendre, to wait for. Okay, you don't need to put the word for after attendre. It means to wait for. Entendre, to hear. Rendre, to give back. Rendre visite à, to visit someone. Okay, if you're visiting a place, you would use the verb visiter. For example, je visite Paris. I'm visiting Paris. However, if you want to say you're visiting Tom, je, that's our subject. Then we have to drop the RE. Oops, wrong one. Left with our stem. And then we have to add our new correct ending for the je form. It's an S. And then we simply write visite à. That stays the same. You do not conjugate visite à. That stays the same. And then you simply write the person's name, Tom. Je rends visite à Tom. So that's the difference between those two verbs. They both mean to visit, but visiter is visiting something or somewhere, and rendre visite à is to visit a person. Okay? Last RE verb, répondre or répondre à, means to respond or answer. Okay? What are the three meanings of tu attends? Tu attends. Mathieu, it's one of them. You wait for. You wait for. Teo, what's another one? You are waiting for. Mustafa, what's the last one? You do wait for. Hope you've enjoyed all the clip art in this presentation. I made all of them myself. Alright, checking your understanding. We got 10 of these to do. Go ahead and pause the presentation at this time, take a look through your notes, and do the best you can. And go. Alright, here are your answers. How did we get these answers? Okay, let's go through each of them. Qui vend de la tarte? Who's selling some pie? It's an RE verb, so our rules tell us to drop that RE. We're left with the stem, right? The qui goes with the singular ELL form. And if we go back with our RE, we'll notice you don't add anything after you drop that RE. Okay? So it's just vont. Mes parents et moi attendons. Remember, mes parents et moi, that's the same thing as nous. Okay? It's an RE. I'm going to drop that RE. And our rules tell us that our steps are SS, nothing, O and S. So your ending is O and S there. Maigrir is an IR verb. Dropping your IR, you're left with the stem, and then you're simply going to add your ending, IS. Remember our chant? Going back to your IR verbs, IS, IS, IT, ISSONS, ISSEZ, ISSENT. Remember the pirate chant. Okay? Entendre, Alfred, the same thing as il, he. Alright, Sophie? I'm going to drop that RE, and your rules tell you not to add anything to your stem because it's SS nothing. Alright? Je préfère rendre visite à mes grands-parents en été. I prefer to visit my grandparents in the summer. Okay? We already conjugated préférer right here, Valentin, so we're not going to conjugate our second verb. Alright? Solène, you understand how we got this one? All we did was drop that RE. Because it's vous, you're going to add an EZ to your stem. Okay? Adrien, how about number 7? Choisir, it's an IR verb. So you're going to drop that IR, and our chant goes IS, IS, IT, ISSONS, ISSEZ, ISSENT. Adrien and Julien is the same thing as the plural il, meaning they. So your ISSENT ending has to be tacked on to that stem. A lot of S's, I know, but it's correct. Nous grossissons. You drop that IR, you're left with gros, and then you add your ISSONS ending to it. Je finis mes devoirs. I'm finishing my homework. Drop your IR. and you add the IS ending. Last but not least, Etienne, help me out. How do we get this one? Drop your IR. Add ISSEZ. Why? Your subject is vous. Okay? How do we conjugate regular IR verbs? Well, you got to write your subject, drop the IR, add the new correct ending. Those endings are IS, IS, IT, ISSONS, ISSEZ, ISSENT, the pirate chant. How do we conjugate regular RE verbs? Well, you're going to first write your subject, drop your RE, and then add that new correct ending. Okay? The endings are SS nothing, ONSEZENT, SS nothing, ONSEZENT. All right? Remember, these rules apply to regular IR and RE verbs. So verbs like avoir are irregular and they do not follow these rules. If you have any questions, jot them down, okay? Make sure you don't forget to do that summary. These notes originally were due on this upcoming Monday, but I'm going to push it to Tuesday, okay? And then that means your notes on questions are not going to be due on Wednesday. Instead, they'll be due next Thursday, okay? All right, hope you guys have a wonderful, fantabulous weekend. See you guys.